What's up, my party people? It's your boy Darshaun Smith back again for another episode of the Positivity Hour, episode 98. The concept of individuality, okay? We talked about, why one should follow their own path in life, but I just want to talk about that greater concept, especially as an American, and how it can hurt you, but most importantly, why it can benefit you, okay? So all that and more after the intro, and let's get straight to it. Woo! All right, now that we have rolled the intro, I still am working on a short, different podcast intro or something. Literally, pardon me. We want to take everything, no cuts, but like I said, pardon me. And yeah, I'm working on something that's more unique to this. I've been using the standard Darshaun Smith Productions one, but it works because this is Darshaun Smith production, but this is a podcast now, okay? And I want to give y'all the sauce because y'all deserve the sauce, okay? I gave you the other light as well. I realized half of my face was dark. So yeah, let's hop straight into this. So I'm on spring break right now. Feels great. And I'm recording this on Saturday, 11/20 of 2022, and it feels phenomenal, I must say, to not have too many obligations. I still got stuff to do, like this podcast and paid events and work and things of that nature. But I just have had the time to think and relax and just ponder life and things that I've been encountering over this last year. And it's come down to, and I guess along with this pondering over this last year, that I've been thinking more about for the future, which has led me and prompted me to make this episode. Because I just tell the camera what I need to tell myself. I used to, and I still do have like a physical notebook I write stuff in, but I don't know, ever since 2 years ago, I feel like I've just kind of, these podcasts are my video diaries, you could say. I'm saying it. So this concept of individuality is just what I've been thinking about a lot these last couple days. And as you know, I always start these podcasts, or I try to change away from it, but why be unauthentic with how I'm feeling, how I'm thinking about life and the world, and where it's moving, things of that nature. And I think a lot of times we get lost in the concept of individuality and often overlook its benefits, but a lot of people use it for negative reasons. So yeah, let's just hop straight into this. I don't have any points or anything, but yeah, like I said, I'm just here to talk about the concept. So as an American, we pride ourselves in being individualistic, and when it came to the pandemic and the derecho in Iowa and Hurricane Ian in Florida and just all of these terrible events in which affect more than just the individual, we see moments in which humans, as in Americans, you citizens of this country and those who just live here, come together, but we also saw instances where this doesn't happen. For example, we see the mass shootings. There was just a mass shooting earlier this morning / last night in Colorado at a gay bar where 5 people died and another 15 plus or whatever were injured. What I'm saying? But our country is beyond divided because it's my individual right to bear arms, or my individual right to act how I want to act, or my individual, you get the point. I'm not saying we need to take all the guns away. Okay, guns are cool, man. Guns protect us and this and that. But I do see the argument that there are just a lot of guns here. So statistically speaking, okay, that it doesn't matter. Okay, if there's more knives, we're gonna see more knife attacks. Okay, if there were more cars, we're gonna see more car accidents. Okay, if there's more, what I'm saying, that's what common sense would say. And largely common sense is not so common, but most importantly, common sense is not always accurate, is what I've learned as a social scientist in training. But that's the end goal where we're going with all of this. But like I was saying, common sense is not so common. So the ways we think, we think are our own individual thoughts, but they're more common than you would like to believe. Okay, the ways we interact with one another, like I said, when natural disasters happen, or public safety things happen, whether we cooperate with one another or just go about our merry way, we think that is an individual thought. But the concept of individuality, I think, is kind of some BS, because like we all, even if you actively choose to go against the grain so hard, when you see someone like roll over in a car and just like, yeah, like, yep, that's their problem, I'm just keep on going, doesn't involve me, you know what I'm saying? You still, most humans to some degree still have some thought about that, you know what I'm saying? They still have some concern, because from an individual perspective, funny enough, we're very similar. We have instincts, we have common reactions, whether you like I said, whether you actively choose to go against them or not. We have evolutionarily speaking, have just been hardwired a certain way to feel emotions when, like, oh snaps, I just saw someone die, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh snaps, I just witnessed my best friend get married, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. So ending this first chapter of the concept of individuality, especially as an American, we like to think we're very individualistic, but for some reason, we all acting kind of similar for some reason out here, you know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, to set up the second half of this, that one can strive to be individual, an individual who is unique, or whatever you want to say on that front. But this is something, one must recognize that it's hard, not just because, it is literally hard to be like one of one truly. That's why there is such thing as one of one, but it's hard also just because, of our nature as human beings. The whole concept of individuality is kind of ironic, because like we tend to not act as individuals, we tend to side towards the collective. It's I kind of want to go here, but what does the friend group want for lunch? Okay, like if you want to be an individual, we're going to 7 different restaurants in the 7-seater minivan. Okay, but a lot of people, when it comes to some social pressure, or when it comes to some, as I was using as examples, natural disasters or other moments in which, we see increased, social pressure to some degree, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, or beautiful, you tend to align with not your individual thoughts, but the whole majority, and, or at least the people you look up to, or, who inspire you, or your leaders. Okay. So like I said, that perfectly sets up the whole second half of this, because like how this relates to me, and like what I've been thinking about this last week, and more so this last like 4 or 5 days, is like, genuinely, what do I want to do after college? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 3 weeks away from finishing my hold on.
A few moments later.
My 7th semester of college. Oh my goodness. I am in 16th grade right now, and I'm about to be done with this joint. This little crazy experiment called higher education. And what do I actually want to do? Do I try to do the American dream, go get a job, work 40 years to retire on a 401k with a Roth IRA and this and that, and the white picket fence, 2.5 kids, and like there's that. Okay, but that's not a very individualistic goal. People would like to say it is, but when it's the American dream, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than the individual. See the first 5 minutes of this episode, for context. But or is it something bigger? Like, am I trying to go move here with this person and like go hop on their program, or am I trying to just move across the world and just like figure out my own thing? Or do I genuinely want to sit down and think about like what I want from life, what I'm saying, from the individualistic perspective, and I could say confidently, like, I think this is the first time in a very long time in which I've actually sat down with myself and really just like thought, like what does Darshaun want out of life? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I have my 2022 goals. The starting a clothing line one, that's coming to be, okay. I made a mug yesterday, but like, because I'm actually trying to like I'm trying to do it right now, okay. I got the free time, but we're working on that. Mugs is on the list, so we're checking it off slowly but surely. We got like a month and some change to the end of the year, so it's still possible. If you're gonna use your phone, make money, a podcast a week, post on Instagram more, overall just do something productive. Like, I have those goals, you know what I'm saying? But I also do have my long-term goals up here about like how much land I want to own, just like random, things that I think would be good achievements, and just like inspirational quotes, like why not me? You know what I'm saying? Like I wear these bracelets every day. You could tell because they dirty, but I wear them in the shower and stuff too, so they get clean eventually. But no one cares. Work harder. Be someone. Prove them wrong. These things help me. I thought they helped me to be more of an individual and think about where I wanted to go. But like I said, in the last couple of days, I think I really disproved my whole internal ideology and what I was believing in. And like I said, that's led to this whole idea of individuality as me thinking it's some BS, you know what I'm saying? Like, can one actually be an individual? I'm where I am today based off of literally everything that has happened in the past, okay? Good, bad, ugly, whether it was something that helped me, whether it was me, getting stitches in my finger, ripping my hair out on the left side of my head. As you can see though, you can't see my scalp anymore, the hair coming through, okay, maybe the break is already hitting, but or just me like not being an alcoholic, or trying to just try to live a better life, like everything I think and everything I'm saying, everything I'm doing, literally my gestures in my hand right now is based off of something else I've experienced in the past. So it's like, how can one actually be an individual, is what I've been thinking. And when it comes to, like I was saying, how this started, me and my plans for after college, I had really thought about this, and I was like, everything I think I want to do is just not something, for the most part, I really like thought of myself that I wanted to do for myself. It was just it's a family matter. I need to go do this here, or I need to go move here with this person, or I just need to stay close to home and, help out when I can, or whatever it can be, and I'm not saying any of that's bad. I'm just saying, like, I have options, what I'm saying? And like, from an individual perspective, I've actually thought about those options over this last week, or like I said, these last couple days, and it's really confused me, because like, when you like I said, see the first 5 minutes of this episode, when you think you are acting as an individual, and then come to find out from a sociological perspective, you're not. You're just doing what you're programmed to do, from all your interactions in life, or you're just doing what you think you should do, which is just common sense or society telling you what to do or whatever. It's easy, but as soon as you take a step back, okay, as soon as you look at the world from a different perspective other than your own, you then magically realize this thing called life is kind of hard. Okay, it is difficult to be an individual out here. I had alluded to this, of the whole like one of one thing. There's a reason when it's one of one, it's of such high value. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? It could be a Pokemon card, it could be Andrew Tate's Bugatti, okay? It's of value to someone, okay? Because it is so unique, it is so individual, it is so against the grain. So I say all that to say that, like, I've been telling myself a lie, and I think most people in this world have been telling themselves a lie because they think they live some, individualistic lifestyle, and they think they really have some true control over the thoughts they think and what they want to do in life, okay? Excuse me. But don't be discouraged, okay? This is how I'm gonna end this podcast, okay? Because I just tell the camera what I need to tell myself, okay? That's why I'll be looking at the screen sometimes, because I'll be like, can't wait to watch this back with some subtle beats under it, you know what I'm saying? Because don't get discouraged, okay? Just because everything I just said, is true, and it's rapidly changing, like where I'm gonna live in the next year. It's rapidly changing like my relationships with certain people within the next year, and like it's rapidly changing how I will be taxed and interact with this country, interact with the people around me, interact, with my community, and all of the above and more. So it's scary, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this the demographic of this podcast is college kids, you know what I'm saying? And me as a college kid who's about to graduate is kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm scared, but like I'm not discouraged, I'm ready for it. Whatever it is. I understand over these last, 4 days, it's just really been shown to me that if I'm not feeling 100%, rather, if I'm not feeling like I can put 100% of my effort behind it, I don't think it's worth it right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, I'm in a somewhat vulnerable position, and most importantly, that vulnerability is where risk can be taken, which not as in like taken away, but like, with great risk comes great reward. So, if I'm going to, whatever I do post college, I need to really feel 100% confident about it and then act as such. So that's what's really been like troubling me, is because, I have things that, I think I'm just like supposed to do because other people before me are doing it, like my siblings or something, whether that is, like I said, staying home for a bit, moving straight away, or doing something else, or just saying, skip it. I'm gonna be that one sibling to move to Australia, mate. Okay, get your Joeys in, but British. All right, I'm sorry, all my viewers around the world. Okay, I'm an American. We impersonate y'all. Okay. But what I am saying is, like, whatever you do, just make sure to do well at it. You have to put everything behind it. And, simply put, what I've been thinking through is just like, thinking more from an individualized perspective, and rather than, just saying, hey, like, what would my brother do, in this situation? Or like, hey, what would my big sister do? Or, what would one of my little sisters or little brother do, or something like that, and just trying to ask myself the important question, in which you should ask yourself, and this is why I'll end this podcast here, is what would Darshaun do? Okay, obviously for you, fill in your own name. What would Stacy do? What would Drew do? What would Jacob do? What would Blue do? Okay, what would Nate D do? Okay, what would your homie D Money do? You know what I'm saying? These are all important questions, I think, often that just go unasked. And once you think you know what you're doing, ask yourself this question. And I ask myself this question all the time, and I swear to God, okay, I'm not even super religious like that, but I swear to God, it makes my life that much more stressful. I ask myself, why? Okay, why do I think that way? Why do I want to do that? Why don't I want to do that? Why do I feel uncomfortable with that? Why do I not feel like I can be good at that? And why do I think I can be the 1% of the 1%? Okay, all of these questions and more, but they stem from the why. WHY question mark. Okay, that was not a good question mark sign. That was kind of like some gang stuff. I'm not gang affiliated. Don't hate me. That's why I got white. Okay, red cord. You didn't see that. Red glasses. Okay, maybe you see which way I'm swinging, but I'm just joking. That being said, I'm gonna end the podcast episode there. Okay, this has been about 20 minutes of great content, and I just want to let y'all know, especially to all the college kids out there, that there is no one path to success. There is no one path to greatness. And oftentimes when we are thinking about how to get there, we think, like I said, what would that person do? Like, what did this person do? Just because it worked for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So whatever you do in life, just be about it. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he's doing bits down in Texas, okay? And that man's about it. I wish him the best. My sister, she in Georgia. She doing bits about it, okay? And all my sisters back and brothers back home in Iowa, they're doing their own things. It's great. Okay, all my friends around the country, DC, Nebraska, Texas, California, Canada, New Zealand, they're doing bits, okay? And they're about it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad those are the people I choose to surround myself around, okay? Whether it be, you know, people staying local, going far, all I know is they ask themselves, you know, what would they do? And then why would they do it, okay? And what's stopping you from being great, okay? So with all that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, follow, unfollow, share, report. I don't care what you do, okay? It's been your homie Darshaun, the Positivity God, otherwise known as D Money. You know, the one and only, you know, Darshaun Smith government. And my social security number is goodbye. Yeah, I'll see y'all around. Woo! Bonk. The podcast is still recording. Audio. Goodbye.